President Obama went before the nation this week to defend his budget. 40 million watch. This is what he had to say.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. It is tough. As I said, that's why the critics tend to criticize, but they don't offer an alternative budget. Because even if we were not doing health care, we were not doing energy, we were not doing education, they'd still have a whole bunch of problems in those out years, according to CBO projections. The only difference is that we will not have invested in what's necessary to make this economy grow.
The president's not being truthful. He says Republicans hand-delivered an alternative in January, and now GOP leaders are planning to unveil the Republican budget alternative, and it's happening today. For details, exclusively here with us, House Minority Leader John Boehner from Washington. Well, Leader Boehner, welcome.
Brian, good morning.
Good morning to you. Give us an idea what your proposal and your budget looks like.
Well, if you look at the president's budget, it's pretty clear that it spends too much, it taxes too much, and piles too much debt on the backs of our kids and grandkids. And if you look at the plan that we'll be outlining today, you'll see less spending, you'll see less taxes, you'll see real entitlement reform that we want to do. This is what the American people want. They want Washington to tighten up their belt. Family budgets are being tightened, small businesses are tightening their belts, and they're expecting Washington to do the same. And the president's budget piles more debt up in the next 6 years than the 43 presidents that preceded him over the last 220 years. This is not what the American people expect of their government.
But you've heard the retort. As soon as you bring that up, they say, well, you had a Republican in there for 8 years, and you had a Republican Congress, and you still raised the deficit.
Well, there's no question that spending did go up. We had a war in Iraq and a war in Afghanistan, new requirements for homeland security. That's where most of the additional spending went. But while spending might have been higher than I wanted during the Bush years, we have to remember that Democrats in the House and Senate always wanted to spend more. When you look at their budget alternatives, they wanted to spend more then, and I can tell you now, they're putting some window dressing on the president's budget. But at the end of the day, this is the president's budget. They're trying to play hide the ball with some reserve funds here and there. But this is the president's budget.
Congressman, real quick, in about 10 seconds, will you work with moderate Democrats to getting something done and your voice heard?
We'd love to have conservative Democrats join us. But every time they get a chance to do that, they always end up voting with Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid and the left. And I think it's time, if they don't want to be lapdogs, and they want to act like blue dogs, join us.
Congressman John Boehner, we're glad that you joined us, and good luck today. It should be a day on Capitol Hill.
Thank you.